To start here, let's read these purple words. As we saw in a previous video, the word energy is sometimes substituted for the word work in power problems. Now you know the formula for power is this, and there's a W there, work, right? Sometimes they use the word energy, and that leads us to the first approach you could do to dealing with this. You could make a small change to the formula, couldn't you? You could take this thing and change that W to E and use it. Could do that if you wanted to. Most people use the second approach. They just use this formula here, and they just know W means energy. They'll calculate for W. They know W is really energy in this problem. We'll calculate W and use that to answer for energy. And I'll do that in the next slides. So here's your first row of your problem, and the problem you're doing right now. Dishwasher is power rating 1600. Installation is a half hour. So I'll use a blue sheet method, of course, as you should. Power is 1500, correct? Duration is time, isn't that true? And I'll say we're looking for W. Even though it asks for energy, I'll know up here that W is really energy, and I'll just do it that way. And I'd recommend that to you. Now that you've seen it, it probably won't confuse you. Alright, then I'll use this formula. So I'll put the 1500 here, correct? And of course the time goes down here. To solve that, I multiply both 0.5 both sides and cancel here. So our W, work, is 750. I'll write that down, but in the problem it says energy, no problem. I'll just know that's energy. Now, on this particular problem, just to make a point, you're not lazy, are you? You're not going to be lazy on the MCAS, are you? In this problem here, it says right from your problem, you're going to have to do 4 calculations here. 4 calculations like this. Now, there are 4 calculations, and by the way, here's your code. Why don't you grab that? 4 calculations. There's no way you can answer this problem without doing 4 calculations. So don't be lazy. If you come to a problem like this and you just don't even care, what are you going to do, guess? You got to do 4 small calculations. Please don't be lazy. Now, one little thing before I finish. Did you notice that I did not include a unit measure down here when I did that problem? You probably don't know the answer for why, but there's a reason. The reason is I really should have used seconds for time. The units of measure that we use in physics are based on the use of seconds for time. We didn't use that here, did we? We did a calculation with hours. I left that out because we really wouldn't have gotten joules there. But I'm not worried about that because, and it may seem silly, but if you use the same method for all 4 of your calculations, and you're doing 4 calculations, correct? If you do the same thing for all 4 of them, you'll find out which one has the most energy. Okay. And I could have gone back and changed this one to 1800 seconds, which is a half hour, but I would have done it the same way with a half hour for all 4 of the calculations, and then I will get the right answer. So that's it. Promise me 2 things. Use the blue sheet method, and don't be lazy. You'll probably have 4 or 5 problems. You've got to do 4 calculations. If you're lazy on them, you won't get them.